I'm Mariah Mickman.
And I'm Stephen Patterson.
And we're with Mickman Brothers, and today we're going to go through how to prune an ornamental tree. So ornamental trees are smaller stature trees, and they normally bloom at some point in time, usually spring, if spring ever comes, but it isn't yet. And this behind us is it's a crab apple. So let's see, first rule of thumb that we'll talk about is just where to cut a branch off, really. So if you look at your hand, the palm of your hand, and you were to cut off your thumb, don't cut off your thumb, but if you were to cut off your thumb, you don't want to cut it right here. That would be a flush cut, because you'd have way too big of an open wound on your hand. And you don't want to cut it way out here either, because then you'd just be left with some funny little stub that you have to deal with the rest of your life. So don't cut out there either. What you want to do is cut it just right outside of your knuckle at a nice angle to make it a nice clean cut. So if we look at that along with the branch right behind me, what we'd want to do is cut it right about here. So you're going to leave the branch bark ridge intact, and you're not going to cut into the stem of the tree either. So you're going to do a nice angle like that. See? So just look at your thumb and then just kind of judge it that way. But don't cut your thumb off. Okay, Steve, do you want to talk about what to look for when we are pruning a tree?
Sure. What we want to look for on this ornamental crab tree is branches that are growing into other branches, rubbing on branches, or deadwood. Deadwood's the easy one. But we're just going to thin it out a wee bit, and by doing that, we're just going to take out a few of these smaller branches. Looking at the BBR on this wee branch here that Mariah has showed, I'm going to cut this out because it's growing back up into the canopy. So this comes all the way out, leaving that nice angle. This branch will come out because it grows up into these other branches and will rub in the future, which will cause trouble as the tree grows. So this branch comes. This branch as well also would come out as it grows over into these branches, which leaves this nice space for these branches to grow into in the future, giving this tree a nice shape in the canopy.
And then what would you do like over here, like with this branch?
Yep, that would also come off. Once it's nice to prune out the stuff in the very center of the tree, because this is just growing straight back into the other leader. So this comes out. This one would also come out. So then open up a nice space for this tree to grow up. Few very important rules. You want to always avoid taking anything more than a third out of the tree. This can be detrimental to the health of the tree in its younger years, and it's a good rule of thumb for the tree all throughout its life as well. So just make your way around the tree, taking your time, being very careful to choose the branches wisely, the ones that are rubbing into other branches, making sure that every branch on the tree, small branch, large branch, has somewhere or a space to grow into in the future. Always be careful not to take out more than a third though.
All right, thanks. Okay, so we want to take out any rubbers, any branches that are going to grow straight back into the canopy, any dead branches or anything growing a little bit too close, and never take out more than a third of the canopy. And I don't know, I feel like those are the pretty good rules of thumb, really.
Basic rules for pruning ornamental or small trees.
Yeah, if you have any other questions, just visit us on Facebook or www.mickman.com. And thanks, spring.
Really well.